Aspiring Leaders Forum is a really unique gathering of about 100 young leaders from all around New Zealand, the next generation of leaders coming through from the ages of 18, 25. And then we take these 100 young people down here to Wellington every year and meet with current leaders, MPs in Parliament, and hear from a number of amazing leaders, established leaders in different spheres of leadership.
The reason why we started the forum originally was because we looked around New Zealand and we looked at the conversations that were happening, and we realised that nobody was addressing the issue of who are our future leaders, what kind of people are they, what is their character, and what kind of leadership is going to transform our nation.
People don't really get much of a chance to share who they are and what they value and what makes them tick out there in the big wide world. What the forum aims to do is to change the culture of leadership in New Zealand into one that is more personally reflective. People are actually considering the choices that they make and how they affect others, and thinking about people and putting them at the forefront.
What we essentially are trying to do is provide a space where young people can, often in many cases for the first time, begin to explore what they really believe and what the connection is between their beliefs and the way they function and behave as leaders. We've done a lot of work on the development of skills and talents of leaders, but we haven't done nearly as much work on the development of what their faith and values are as foundations for effective leadership. Every time I do it, I can't believe the kind of impact that it has on young people.
We get together to discuss leadership from a different perspective. We don't talk about skills and talents. We don't talk about the attributes of leadership. We talk about the why. We talk about the heart stuff of leadership. We talk about the legacy you're going to leave as a leader. Why do you want to be a leader? Who are you as a leader? We talk about character. We talk about values. We talk about the things you believe. And most of all, we talk about love.
There are a lot of organisations out there and conferences to teach you like leadership skills and things like that, but there's no place that teaches you, what kind of leader you should be, the values, why be a leader, and this is the only place you can do that.
There's a lot more to leadership than we think there is. Like, it's not all about having this high position, it's also working as a team, it's also being a leader from behind as well as being a leader at the front.
Came here expecting it just to be another conference, another 6 to 8 conference, different meetings, not really socialising. But what I found is I've met some good friends, some lifelong friends, people in excellence, leadership excellence, which are going to pull me to excellence.
It's quite different than what I thought it would be, kind of outside my comfort zone, because I don't really mix with a lot of different cultures and backgrounds.
What I've really appreciated in particular has been getting to meet the MP, just knowing that they too are human, that they have families and lives, and their personal faith and their values is something that they hold dear to, and it does impact their decision. And whether we judge that it's rightly or wrongly, knowing that they have that foundation and that integrity has been really reassuring for me, I think, just as a person of this country and maybe a potential leader.
The young people that come to the forum will eventually fill really important roles in our country. We may have, a Prime Minister, principals of colleges, CEOs, and we really want them to have this conversation.
There's probably not a mum and dad in this nation that doesn't want to see their children or the generation of tomorrow have some sort of leadership input, and they'll never get that experience unless they come and look at leadership.
I think the most important thing that I've taken from the forum is the extraordinary stories from very ordinary people like us who've been through all that we've been through.
Stories from different people, different walks of life, different backgrounds, different personal experiences.
So their experience lets us know how we can live our lives. The key note speakers that have said something have always said and made us realise that maybe we don't know what we have, but other people nominated us for a reason, and they are here not to tell us how to be leaders, but what you can do to be a leader.
I've still got a lot to learn. and I'm not here to lecture you, not here to teach you anything. I'm just going to tell you about my story, my journey.
People looking deep inside themselves and sharing with each other what it is that makes them tick and what their dreams are for the country and the visions that they have. That's really inspiring, and I'll never forget some of the conversations that have taken place.
I love Forum for the space that it gives young people to consider ideas, to challenge each other, to be challenged by leaders, and to really think about what sort of leader they want to be.
It is the most encouraging and inspiring thing to see a whole bunch of young people get together and get a vision that is bigger than themselves. Everyone here is from totally different spheres of life, and we're all of a sudden engaging together on really tough questions, it's amazing to see people just light up all of a sudden and actually get really excited about what it is that they're doing.
I've loved getting to meet like-minded people who in some way want to change the world in whatever corner they live.
I come from a small town, so being able to just come here and being able to get close with and tight with a small group of people is just so valuable for me.
It's really inspirational, and it's hard not to be passionate.
It's been a pretty good experience with lots of good people like my roommate over here. Hey baby!
I know, it's a real believable way. Like that you could get young people into one area not knowing each other and then leave real kind of like quite, as a nation should be, like quite teamworky.
Last night we had a beautiful girl in our group, very pragmatic, not very emotional, and just straight down the line girl, and she just said to all of us actually as a group, I'm just so inspired to learn more about the Māori culture. And I just thought that's just amazing, to see these young people in New Zealand from different cultures coming together, connecting with each other, sitting around a table. The Māori people in our group are just like, oh, that's awesome, and just loving it, and just see them gaining strength from each other. And what hope we have for the future if we can see our young people connecting together like that.
Welcome to Montgomery Street here in Stokes Valley, in the heart of Lower Hutt. We're here today to do a community service project.
It's hard to tell which one's about plants and which one's other weeds. Pretty relaxing as well. But this is just like something that you can do just on a day when you're free. And that's why I think it's real cool and awesome. It'd be really awesome if a lot of people got behind it, and like in your community, and just started helping out people that needed it. Because the people here, it's a lot of elderly people that need help like this, and a lot of youth can just get out and help them. It doesn't take much; it just takes a keen heart and motivation, really.
Oh, you don't always have to expect something in return when you give. You should give from your heart.
I was working with a little girl and she was like, let's wash the car. And so she went to her dad and was like, let's wash the car. And he thought, okay. Coming out of uni, sometimes it can be easy to really think about things in quite an academic, removed way. And so, coming to the forum, I guess it's been really helpful seeing it go into action, and I know that's something that I've been quite cynical about, is you learn a lot, but there's a real disconnect as to how to put that into action. So yeah, this week has been great for that.
We did it! Now it needs to come out!
I don't know if
This is what Inspiring Leaders is all about.
Making the things badges up into the rubbish bin.
I'm like starting to see it in a whole different way,
A really
tiring way.
It's just cool. I just reckon this whole experience has been, giving back to your community. It's been amazing, just being able to just to know that you can help someone else that's in need. Just that warm feeling
like not only in my heart but in my stomach that, you know, we've come and changed someone's life because we've helped them. Oh, it's only picking up rubbish, but it's one less job that they have to do. So.
Well, we've seen younger neighbours helping their older neighbours and actually introducing themselves. I saw a couple earlier that didn't know each other, live a few doors down, and he just went over, got her wheelbarrow, took it out and emptied it. And you know, it's that sort of thing that, you know, people are so busy these days that you don't get to know those people next door and really understand them and be able to help them when things come up. So it's really cool.
I think it's nice to have that sense of community back. I don't think we have enough of it. And that's partly because everybody's too busy, I guess, but it's actually nice to feel that people will get together and do stuff. I wish that we all did that as a community more.
We are talking about faith and values and what it means to live that way or think that way or the leadership around that. But here we are actually doing it and actually showing people that, you know, above all things, you know, commitment and energy and enthusiasm, the thing about honouring people and loving people for who they are, where they're at and what they're doing right now, best thing in the world. There's going to be some tired bodies today, there's going to be some tired minds, but more importantly, when we leave here today, there's going to be a street, there's going to be a community here that's left with a legacy that we've left, which is to look after each other and to look out for each other.
This forum has really given me an insight to what I need, the tools I need to make change in my community, and I think empower me as a Māori as well.
Our hopes for the future is that the next generation of leaders would lead from the heart, out of love and care for other people.
Well, for me, I'm from a small town called Kawerau, and that place has had a lot of troubles, especially with the youth. And for me, it's been a privilege because I come from a small place and I'm coming to this big city, and I'm heading straight into Parliament. I've never been here before, and that's the first place I end up going. So yeah, it's been a big privilege for me. I've been able to listen to a lot of MP stories on how they got to where they are, and that's really had a big impact on me, and it's really inspired me to want to become a great leader for my community. So yeah, that's probably got to be the biggest impact on me. I've learned a lot of skills, and what I learned from this place is I want to take it home and I want to share with my people.